The Invincible is a single-player story-driven thriller game set on the alien planet Regis III. You play as scientist Yasna. Yasna is a crew member of a small research vessel called the Dragonfly. At the start of the game, Yasna woke up in full space gear stuck on an alien planet with no recollection of how or why she got there. Checking her equipment, she discovers that her radio receiver is broken. Thus, she has no contact with the rest of the crew, but suspects that they can still hear her. Based on her own journal entries, she's in close proximity to the camp. As Yasna walks back to the camp, she is relieved to discover that her close proximity radar is still functional, and it is picking up a signal from one of the crew members. Yasna desperately tries to call out for help on her radio, but has no luck. As she approaches the camp, she is startled by the sight of a friendly androbot walking around the campsite. She approaches the androbot and tries to give the androbot a simple command. Right after she orders the androbot to follow her instructions, the androbot jams and stops functioning. After using her radio to report the androbot's malfunction, she kneels down and enters one of the dome-like tents that are sprawled around the campsite. Inside the tent, she finds one of her fellow scientists named Dr. Krauta. In a slight panic, she questions Dr. Krauta about his current situation, but Krauta is unresponsive. Dr. Krauta is in a sort of catatonic state. He is sitting on the ground with his feet out, rocking forward and backwards, while mumbling something incomprehensible. As Yasna is examining Krauta, she hears someone talking through Krauta's radio. Yasna gently unhooks Krauta's radio from his suit and connects it to hers. On the other end of the radio is a man named Novik. He is the astrogator of their mission. Novik is relieved to hear Yasna speak on the radio. He informs her that he has been getting her reports, and Yasna fills him in on the current situation with Dr. Krauta. After performing a physical examination of Dr. Krauta, Yasna has determined that all his vitals seem normal. This worries Yasna even more because she cannot determine what is wrong with him. Over the radio, Novik informs Yasna that he will have the infirmary ready for them. He also informs Yasna that there are still 3 more crew members missing, and she will need to designate an area for rescue to land. Novik tells Yasna to look for the missing log as it contains crucial information about the crew's activities. Yasna proceeds to crawl through each room of the small dome-like tent. She is in search for the mission log. Eventually, she finds a journal laid flat near one of the sleeping bags. She opens the journal to find Dr. Krauta's records of their mission. In these meticulous records is a detailed map of the area the campsite is located. Marked on the map are 3 locations: the excavation site, a potential landing place, and an arrow pointing away from the campsite labeled Gorsky. After Yasna reads off the coordinates of the potential landing place to Novik, Novik then tells Yasna to grab Dr. Kratov's metal detector. After confirming the metal detector is still functional, Yasna decides to leave the tent to confirm the landing site is clear. After passing through a large dark tunnel formed from stones, Yasna finds a large open area perfect for the rescue hopper to land. Yasna proceeds to inform Novik of the landing site, stating that they won't find a better place to land. After confirming that the air quality is relatively clean for the rescue crew, she sets her sights on the excavation site. After heading east down a small slope, she enters the excavation site, where she notices a large metal structure protruding from the ground. She asks Novik what the researchers found here, and he informs her that they found a large metal artifact in the middle of this desert-like environment. The artifact turned out to be too big to dig up, or to subject to chemical and spectrometric analysis. Traveling deeper into the excavation site, Yasna can hear a loud noise that sounds like machinery. Yasna desperately yells out, "Is anyone there?" Upon searching the area, Yasna finds the source of the noise, a single hand drill that has been abandoned near the base of the metal artifact. After turning the drill off, Yasna deduces that the person who abandoned the drill must be close by. Walking away from the excavation site toward a small cliff, Yasna's radar picks up a signal from another crew member. While walking towards the source of the signal, Yasna notices an object lying on the ground. With a closer look, she realizes it's a journal. Inside the journal, she finds Merritt's notes. The notes describe theories of underwater life deep in Regis III's seas. With hope in her voice, Yasna proclaims, These are Merritt's notes. She must be close by. Walking faster now, she proceeds to carefully scale the small cliff in front of her. At the top of the cliff, she finds the source that the radar was leading her to. A cast-off backpack from one of the crew members. She knows Merritt's close by, and as she turns around to search the area, she sees Merritt laying in the distance. She rushes over to Merritt, proclaiming, "She's here! I found her!" to Novak over the radio. As she kneels over to check the condition of Merritt, the scene fades, and all we are left with is the Invincible. Thank you for playing the demo. This is just a demo, but I will be covering the full game when it comes out. Thanks for watching.